All right, this is our Yoga Sculpt class. A set of blocks and a set of light weights if you'd like. If you want, you can also place a set of ankle weights on your ankles. We're going to start in child's pose. So if you'd like, you can grab that pillow, maybe bundling up a blanket underneath your knees. Gently drawing your knees towards the edge of the mat, reaching your fingertips towards the top of the mat, just resting your forehead on the floor. Knees track out towards the outer edges, sinking your hips in towards your heels. Deep inhale, filling your belly, ribs, and lungs. Let it all go. One more just like that. Let it all go. Gently walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, maybe slightly off of your mat. Option to bind that left hand around towards your right hip. Gently rotate your right shoulder down towards the floor. Reach your left arm long to meet the right. Walk your hands back through center. Over to the right side, maybe slightly off of your mat. Option to release your right hand, bind around towards your left hip. Holding here and breathing. And then gently let it all go. Come back to center. Bend your elbows, bringing your palms to touch the crown of your head. Option to walk your thumb towards the nape of your neck. Stretching out your triceps. Gently release your palms down. With your arms stretched out long, gently rise up, rock forward, rocking your shoulders over your wrists, knees are bent, heels in towards your hips. Gently lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Extend your legs. Draw your heels back in towards your hips. Press up for 3, 2, and 1. Press back to child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Gently rock forward. This time we're going to slowly lower down even more. Lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your toes down. Tap them down. Walk your feet in towards hip width apart. Reach your right arm long. Relax that right leg. You can lift your left leg high. You can rock onto your outer right hip. You can bend your left knee in front or behind your right leg. Open up your right shoulder and your left hip. On your exhale, gently rock back onto your belly. Left leg lowers, right hand walks under your shoulder. Press up, mini cobra. Release back down. Extend your left arm long, keeping your right hand boxed out. Relax your left leg. Wiggle out your thigh. Option 1, you can lift your right leg. If you want, hold that leg lifted, tip onto your outer left hip. Option 3 is to bend that right knee, maybe tap it behind or in front of your left leg. Holding here for one more breath. Gently rock back onto your belly. Both hips on the floor. Walk your left hand under your left shoulder. Press that mini cobra. Release back down. Press up mini cobra. Hold it here. Reach the fingertips back. Pinkies in, thumbs out. Maybe lift the legs. Hovering and holding for 5. That's 3, 2, and 1. Release everything down. Hands back under your shoulders. Press up mini cobra. Release down. Walk your hands towards your lowest rib cage. Press up full cobra. Keep the gaze forward. Gently look over your left shoulder. Come back through center. Gently look over your right shoulder. Come back through center. Press yourself up, finding a tabletop. Wrists directly under your shoulders. Knees directly under your hips. From here, tuck your toes. Hammock your belly. Lift your gaze. Deep inhale on your cow. On your exhale, untuck your toes around your spine. Moving here with your breath, a few more cat and cows. Inhale and exhale. You can tuck your toes as you hammock your belly or keep the top shoelace portion flat on the floor. Come back to tabletop, bump the hips side to side. We draw some hip circles here in one direction, and then reverse the direction, warming up all parts of the body. Come back to your tabletop. Walk your hands a palm print forward. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, coming to your first downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Lifting and lowering one leg at a time. Lift both the heels towards the ceiling, gently lower them over to the right side. Inhale, come back through center, lower them over to the left side. Gently come back to center. From here, we're going to flex that right foot, lift that right foot, try to tap your right wrist, step it back. 2 more with just the right side. Reach it forward, step it back. Your hips are staying high in that down dog. Last time on the right side. Step it back, release that right foot down towards the floor. Flex your left toe as much as you can. Draw that left toe, your big toe to your pinky toe, up towards your left wrist. Gently tap back down to meet the right. Lift it up. That's it. One more time on the left side. All right, come back to your down dog. Pedal out your heels. From here, with a deep bend in the knees, walk your feet towards your hands. Coming to your first forward fold. Let your neck hang nice and loose. Deep bend in both of your knees. Holding here and breathing. From here, you can grab opposite elbows, remain swaying side to side. Still letting your neck hang nice and loose. Gently come back to center. Release your hands down towards the floor. Release your left hand on the floor, right arm up towards the ceiling. Deep bend in your left knee. Your gaze can be up or down. Release your right hand down, switching sides. Right arm down, left arm up. Deep bend in that right knee. Release your left hand down. Bend both the knees. Come to a forward fold. Release your palms down. Let your neck hang nice and loose. Half lift, hands to shins. Crown your head towards the top of your mat. Back to that forward fold. Grab those weights, one weight in each hand. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Coming into mountain pose, roll your shoulders up and back. From here, reach your arms up high overhead. Draw that right knee up high. Flex your right toes. We're going to open the right knee, bend the elbows. Cactus, and lift. Open, and close. 3 more. Keep a micro bend, and that standing left knee. That's it. 2 more. 1 more. Hold the elbows bent. Hold the right knee forward. We got funky bird. We're going to hinge forward as much as you can, and then rise up. If you lose your balance, that's okay. You can always lower that right foot a little bit closer towards the floor. Try to keep that hip open, though, as much as you can. That's it. 3 more. Elbows stay bent, just like a goalpost. Gently rise up. Keep it going. 2 more. Gently come back to center. Draw that right knee forward. Elbows are still out to the side. We're going to draw the elbows in, making that 11 shape with your forearms, and then open. 4 more. Draw it in, and then open. Keep it going. On the next one, hold the arms forward. We're going to extend and bend. Extend and bend. Holding a bend in your left knee. Come here, Lucy. That's it. 1 more. Hold the arms straight. Draw the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left foot. Your left ankle coming into tree. From here, arms open. Arms draw forward. Open and close. Little balancing act here. Holding that tree. 2 more. Gently hold both arms out to that T. From here, arms overhead, maybe your thumbs tap. Gently come back down. 4 more. That's it. 2 more. Ground through that left foot. Big toe, pinky toe, straight back to your heel. 2 more. All right, hold the arms forward. Bring them down in front. Bring your palms facing up and release your arms by your side. From here, we have bicep curls. That's it. 9 more. Stay with it. 7 more. You got this. You've got 5. That's 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. Release that right foot. From here, still at the top of your mat, just gonna move back. From here, with your right knee forward, we're gonna step that left foot back. So stay in single leg mountain, coming back to that high lunge. From here, release your left elbow to your left knee, right hand down to the inside of your left foot, and we're gonna row it up, narrow row. 9 more. Reach. Really draw that elbow high up towards the ceiling. Keep it going. 5 more. Stay with it. That's 3. 2 more. Last one. All right, set those weights down. Step your left foot back. Option to lower the knees. We're going to lower down. Elbows stay tucked in. With your wrist directly under your shoulders, untuck your toes. Press up, mini cobra. Release back down. 1 more mini cobra. Release back down. Walk your hands towards your lowest rib cage. Tuck your toes. Full cobra. Come through tabletop or right into downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Gently have a bend in the knees. Walk your feet towards your hands, coming to the top of your mat. Coming to that forward fold, half lift, hands to shins. Back to that forward fold. Give me 1 ragdoll, just grabbing opposite elbows. Let your neck hang nice and loose. You can sway from side to side if that's comfortable. Then come back to center. Release your hands down. Grab those weights. Roll up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get there, roll the shoulders up and back. Find your standing mountain, arms overhead. Draw that left knee up this time. Flex your left toes. Cactus the arms. Open the hip. That's to draw everything back in line, open, and draw back in line. 3 more. 2 more. Stay with it. Nice. On the next one, hold the cactus arms. Left knee out from your left hip. Funky bird, hinge forward. Challenging your balance here. Whoop. If you lose your balance, that's okay. I always say, if you're not failing, you're not trying. So little weebles and wobbles, that's okay. Just come back to your focus. Slow it down as much as you need to. 2 more, wherever you're at. Funky bird, hinge forward. Rise up. 1 more. All right, keep the elbows at that cactus. Elbows bent. Draw that left knee forward. Draw the elbows in, making that 11 shape with your elbows, and then open up your chest and your shoulders. Back to that cactus. 3 more. 2 more. Hold that left knee high. All right, hold the elbows in, making the 11 shape. Extend. Draw the arms in, elbows bend. Extend. Draw them in. 3 more. 2 more. On the next one, hold those arms straight, arms open out to a T. Draw everything back in, open, and back in. You've got this. Challenging your balance. 2 more. All right, on that next one, whoop, hold the arms out to a T. Find that tree. Left foot to the bottom of your right foot, maybe your right ankle. Holding here and breathing. Find your breath. From here, arms up and open. Lift up, keep the shoulders relaxed down from your ears. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Hold the arms overhead. From here, we're going to lower down. We add a little bit more on this side. We went a little bit faster. All right, hold the arms forward, bring your palms facing up and lower the arms down. This time, bicep curl and extend. 9 more. You've got it. Curl it up and release. Try to really flex your biceps, slow and control. Elbows stay tucked in towards your body. That's it. 3 more. And 2. Last one. All right, release that left foot down, shake it out. Go and draw the feet back to hip width apart and parallel. We're gonna find a chair. So deep bend in both of your knees, chest is lifted. If you tend to press your hips back, think about tucking your hips under, just as if you're trying to engage your abs here. From here, we have a V raise, lift and lower. Slow and steady. Keep those shoulders pulled down from your ears. Lift and lower. Stay with it. Very nice, Mindy. Great chair formation. 3 more. 2 more. All right, on the next one, we're gonna hold the arms overhead. Draw those arms a little bit closer. From here, we're gonna reach the right arm back, sweep it forward. Left arm, sweep it forward. Option to keep your gaze forward, or if you want to challenge your balance, you can bring your gaze with your hand as you sweep it back and forward. A few more just like this. Keep that deep bend in both the knees. On the next one, we're going to draw both the arms back and we're going to lift the heels. Sweep the arms back, lift the heels, lower down, sweep it forward. Arms sweep back, heel lift, lower down. Keep it going, warming up those calves. Great quad work right here. Reach it back, lift the heels, whoop, lower down. Stay with it. Lifting up, maybe just lifting your heels, maybe coming onto the ball of your foot, maybe coming onto your toes. Lower back down. 3 more. Reach up. 2 more. All right, we are gonna hold those heels lifted, arms stay back. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arms back, lower the heels, bring the palms facing up, pulse and pulse, tiny triceps. Keep it going. That's it, stay with it. Little pulses. Keep it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms down, come up. Standing single leg mountain, swan dive forward. Keep those weights in your hands. From here, we're gonna step that left leg back. Keep your right foot forward, right hand to the inside of your right knee. Release your left arm down towards the inside of your right foot. Narrow row, reach, and row. Just the left arm. We did the right arm last time. Reach it up. And row. Always an option to lower that left knee if you would like. Keep it going. 2 more. Last one. All right, gently step those weights down. Step your right foot back, coming to your down dog. Pull out your heels. Come back to your breath. From here, gently lower your knees down. Come to your left or right hip, and then swing your legs around to the front. From here, we're going to roll back and up. Grab that block, place that block between your thighs, squeeze those thighs. One weight in each hand, arms down front, shoulders stacked over your hips. We're going to roll back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back, middle back, upper back, everything reaching the floor. Tap your thumbs with the weights overhead. Reach the arm back overhead. Here we go, rolling up for 6, 7. Oop, I was counting backwards. You got it for 3, 2, and 1. All right, reach the arms overhead. Draw the arms back out in front. Rolling back this time for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Tap those weights overhead. Reach the arms overhead, rolling up. You've got it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze that block. Last time, rolling back and up. You got it for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release all the way down. Lower abs as you go down. Upper abs as you come up. We're going to roll up one more time. Tap those weights overhead. Bring the weights back in front of your shoulders. Rolling up this time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach those weights up high overhead. Reach them down front. From here, roll the waistband of your pants or your shorts closer towards the floor. Bring those palms to touch with the weights. And then just gently side to side, just like a twist. Maybe that weight taps the floor. Maybe it just comes close. Keep it going. That's it. Side to side. Keep it going. Really twisting with that core. From one side to the next. That's it. You've got it. Maybe draw the waistband of your pants or your shorts closer towards the floor, continuing to twist from one side to the next. That's it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the weights down. Grab that block between your thighs. Roll all the way back. From here, draw your knees over your hips. Knees are bent. Feet are bent. My goodness. Knees are bent. We have bicycle crunches, and we're going to pass that block underneath the thigh, alternating. Pass it under, pass it under. Now, you can keep your neck flat on the floor. You can lift your shoulders, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Pretend that you have that clementine under your chest if you are tucking. Keep it going. Alternating, passing. Now that lower leg, it can tap the floor. It can hover for more of a challenge. You've got it. Stay with it. Navel pulled in towards your spine, lower back pressed in towards that floor, gently passing that block under and over the opposite leg. All right, we are going to reverse that direction now. Little challenge here. Keep it going. Block transfer from right to left and just reversing that direction, making that figure 8 that you made previously, and just staying with this direction. Keep it going. Almost there. Stay with it. Slow and steady. Under and over. Maybe point through your toes, keeping the knees bent. That's it, you're almost there. Make sure your lower back is pressed in towards that floor. Navel pulled in towards your spine, up to the crown of your head. Continue normal breathing here. All right, finish up where you're at. Plant your feet. Lower your neck back if you had it lifted. Hold it here for a breath. Tuck your chin. Draw your knees back on top of your hips. With that block, press it in towards your left knee with your left hand. Right elbow is wide. Right leg is going to extend and bend. Just the right leg is moving. So from here, you're actively pressing into that block with your left hand. You're actively pressing your left knee forward. Always an option to lower that left knee and continue to press that block in, and you're still bending and extending that right leg. Right leg low to a hover. Always an option to also lower your shoulders and your neck onto the floor, or you can hover them. Wherever you are, stay with it. Right leg bends and extends. Left arm, left leg is completely still. Strong point through your right toes. On the next one, hold that right leg long to a hover. We're going to lift and lower that right leg. Draw it up towards the ceiling. Gently lower it back down. Making sure you're still pressing in towards that block with your left hand and your left knee. Pressing so hard with your left hand that your left knee should press away from the crown of your head, but pressing your left knee actively just as much so that that left knee, that block, does not move. Maybe it finds a little shake, that's okay. Right leg lifts and lowers. Left foot can be hovering, shin parallel to the floor, or gently just releasing your left foot on the floor, your choice. Stay with it. A few more here. All right, a little transition here. Lower the right leg low to a hover. Bend the knee, extend to the ceiling. Lower down for 2. Knee to chest. Extend to the ceiling. Lower down for 2. So you're keeping that right leg low to a hover, whatever low means to you. It can be at any diagonal. Most important thing here is that your lower back is glued to that floor. Not any bit of air or space can get between your lower back and that mat. Pull the leg to the ceiling. This time, knee bends, extends, leg lifts for 2. Knee bends, extend, lift for 2. Continue breathing here. That's it. Stay with it. Almost there. All right, on the next one, hold that right leg to the ceiling. Lower your left foot if it was previously lifted. Put that block off to the side just for a moment. Bring both hands down by your hips. We have a single leg bridge lift and lower. Continue drawing that right foot up towards the ceiling, or at any diagonal. You can have a bend in that right knee or hold it straight. Hips lift, hips lower. Just allowing your hips to lift off of the floor so your shoulders stay planted, the sole of your left foot glued to that floor. Glute bridge lift and lower. Keep it going. Few more here, just like that. Then repeat the exact same thing on the left leg. Lift and lower. Squeezing the glutes. Keep that right hip parallel with the left. One more. Gently lower your right foot down. Grab that block again. Place it into your right knee. That right foot can be flat on the floor or shin hovering. Left elbow wide. Extend your left leg long. From here, left leg bends and extends. Maybe pointing through your left toes. Your right toes can be pointed or flexed. Remember, you can always lower that right foot on the floor, continuing to press that block into your right knee. Continuing to actively press your knee back in towards that block. Whether your right foot is planted on the floor or your shin is hovering. Working the lower abs here. Shoulders can be lifted or flat on the floor. Few more. Stay with it, moving here with your breath. Hold that left leg extended. Leg lifts and lowers. Slow and steady. Going at your pace. Maybe having a bend in that left leg. Maybe that left leg is completely still. If your right shin is hovering, make sure that right knee is directly over your hip. If it's a little bit closer, that makes it a little bit easier. If it's further away, that makes it more challenging. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Just the left leg is moving. We're going to add those combo moves here in just a moment. Stay with it. Navel pulled into your spine. Lower back pressed into that floor. Shoulders lifted, shoulders lowered, your choice. All right, on the next one, hold that left leg low to a hover. Knee bends, extend, leg lower for 2. Stay with it. Slow and steady. Keep it going. Firing up those deep core muscles right here. Hold that left leg to the ceiling. Knee bends, extend, leg lift for 2. Knee bends, extend, leg lift for 2. Now, if you feel this more in your left hip flexor, which is very common, rather than your lower abs, go ahead and plant that right foot down towards the floor. Still keeping that right knee bent, right hand in towards that block. All right, hold the left leg up. Release that right foot if it was lifted. Set the block off to the side, both hands down by your side. Point through your left toes. Glute bridge lift and lower. Single leg glute bridge. Really press in towards the sole of your right foot. Big toe, pinky toe straight down towards your heel. You got this. Lift and lower. Really pressing into the sole of that foot. Point through your left toes. You can have that left leg at any diagonal or up towards the ceiling. You got it. Lift and lower. So close. We got a little stretch coming up after this. And then we'll move on. Keep it going. A few more. That's it. Give me one more. Gently lower the hips down. Extend your left leg long. Extend your right leg long. Reach both arms overhead. Create a tiny arch in your lower back. Walk your feet in towards your hips. Bring your arms back down to your hips. Grab that block. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips. Set the block on its lowest setting under your hips. Release your hips down. See how this feels. Taking note how it feels from any other time that you have supported bridge. Maybe extending your right leg and then your left leg. Just allowing your hips to fall open here. Gently walk your feet back in towards your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips to the block off to the side. Place that block between your thighs. Arms by your side. Glute bridge lift and lower. Barely tapping down before lifting right back up again. Shoulders stay pressed into the earth the whole time. So avoid doing a full bridge or a wheel. We just want to work the glutes, the inner and outer thighs by squeezing that block. If you'd like to use weights on your hips, feel free to place them there. Just make sure you hold them. Lift and lower. A few more. Squeeze to lift, squeeze to lower. Both feet are grounded. On the next one, gently lower your hips down. Grab those weights, one weight in each hand. Keep the bend in the knees. Bring your arms overhead. We're going to repeat the glute bridge. Lift and lower. On the next one, hold the hips lifted. Elbows bend, extend. Elbows bend, extend. Glute bridge, lower and lift. Lower, hold it lifted. Elbows bend and extend. Bend and extend. 2 glute bridges. Holding the hips high on the second one. 2 tricep bends and extends, bringing those weights towards your temples. Keep it going. Shoulders stay pressed in towards the floor. That's it. Lower down and lift. Lower, hold it lifted. Elbows bend, extend, bend and extend. Hold the arms up overhead, lower the hips down. Draw the arms out to the side. Soft bend in your elbows. Make sure that your elbows are slightly lower than your hips. Squeeze that block. We're going to keep the hips low, but squeeze that block. Lift your hips just an inch or 2 off the floor. Shoulders pressed in towards the floor. Chest fly and open. Draw your knuckles in towards one another. Keeping that soft bend in your elbows. As you draw the knuckles together, it's just as if you're trying to hug a big beach ball. And then open. Keep it going. You can always lower your hips at any time here. Abs are engaged. Squeeze your glutes. Try to keep them hovering. Hold the hips just where they're at. Lower the arms down. Draw the elbows like a cactus, palms facing down towards your knees. Chest fly, or chest press, sorry. You do the chest fly. Wide arm chest press here. Elbows are slightly lower than your shoulders. Pressing your knuckles up towards the ceiling this time. Palms facing away from your body. You can lower your hips at any time. Maybe keep them lifted, hovering, squeezing everything, whether your hips are lifted or on the floor. More just like this. From here, gently release your elbows down, lower your hips if they were lifted. Set the weights off to the side. Grab that block. Place it between your feet, one of my favorite, most underrated moves. Blocker between your feet, reach your arms overhead, legs extend long, just like you're trying to reach in opposite directions. Draw your feet up towards your hands. Bring that block in towards your hands, lower your arms, lower your legs. So just transferring that block, alternating between your hands, between your feet. Now, most important thing here is that your lower back stays pressed into the floor. You can also keep your shoulders and your neck flat on the floor. If you want more of a challenge, you can also crunch up, transferring that block, and reach. That's it. Give me one more. Lower the arms, lower the feet, walk your feet in. Set that block off to the side. We're going to find eagle crunches. So gently reach your right leg to the ceiling, cross your right leg over the left. You can always keep both feet planted if you'd like. Draw your right arm underneath your left and then bind your hands. You can grab opposite shoulders. From here, draw your knees up, elbows down, and extend. Crunch up and extend. Eagle arms, eagle legs. You can always release the bind of the legs. You can always release the bind of the arms. Crunching both elbows down towards your right knee. Keep it going. A few more here. As you draw that left foot and your shoulders back down, feel that stretch. Gently lower both of your feet down to the floor, release your bind. Keep the bind in your hands, and then draw your elbows up. You might have to gently look over towards the right side. Feel that stretch in your shoulders. We often do this from a chair position, using that floor as a splint. All right, release your bind of your hands. Lift your left leg high, draw the left leg over the right, eagle legs. Left arm comes under the right. Bind your hands. You can also bind and grab your opposite shoulder. From here, knees draw up, elbows come down, eagle crunches. Crunching together, releasing back down. Few more here, just like this. Reach and crunch. 2 more. Last one. Release both feet down, keep the bind in the arms, and then reach your arms up overhead. So you're trying to tap your hands past the crown of your head, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Feel that stretch behind each shoulder blade. Gently come back to center. From here, my goodness, we're already almost at time. How? All right, reach your arms and legs long, tiny arch in your back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself into a tight ball. You can grab your shins. You can grab the back side of your thighs. Maybe rolling from side to side. Gently come back through center. Lower your shoulders down towards the floor. Extend your legs up, continuing to hold the back side of your thighs. Maybe transitioning, reaching towards the outer edge of each foot. And just rolling from side to side, releasing the tension in your lower back. Gently come back to center. Extend your left leg long. Keeping the sole of your right foot up towards the ceiling, grab the back side of your right thigh. Pulling your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Variation of limb removing pose. Flex your left toes. You can point flex, circle out your right ankle. Gently release your bind. Bend your right knee as much as you can. With your left hand, grab the outside of your right knee. Then guide through the center and then over to the left side of your body. Continuing to keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. You can also look over your right shoulder. Come back through center. Find your happy baby again. So grabbing the back side of your thighs, maybe the outer knife edge of each foot. You can roll side to side. Come back through center. Release your right leg long, keeping the sole of your left foot up towards the ceiling, and then grabbing the back side of your left thigh. Flex your right foot, point flex, circle out your your left ankle. Release the bind, and then draw your left ankle as close as you can towards your hips. With your right hand, gently guide your left knee to the center and then over to the right side of your body. Maybe gently looking over your left shoulder. And then come back through center. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine. Gently press yourself up to a standing position. Pressing your right arm over your body. Open and switch. Nice big inhale. And gently bringing your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you today, Mindy. Hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving.